Previously on Honest Gaming History.
We introduce you to Desmond, the sad bartender who got kidnapped by the Templars because of his connection to the Assassin's Order.
The Assassin's Order being a collective of well-trained assassins who have spent centuries fighting for hope and free will.
And the Templars being an evil organization that basically wants full control of the world and its people. Enter Altair, Desmond's first important ancestor.
Now we can go on and on about Altair, but we already did in a previous episode of Honest Gaming History, hence the whole previously an Honest Gaming History bit.
So now that we've already done Altair, it's time to cover the second assassin ancestor of Desmond.
He is the first person that comes to mind when you mention Assassin's Creed, and he was probably the most influential assassin in the Order. This week, we're covering...
What up, class? Welcome to another episode of Honest Gaming History. Today's lecture will be on...
Hold up!
I was just about to say who we were covering this week. Why did you feel the need to cut me off?
Because the intro is my job?
Yeah, but I was already handling it.
Bruh, since day one, I've been making the intro to this series lit as Why are you trying to steal my shine?
I'm not stealing anything. I just didn't see the need for you to...
Whatever, man. You ruined the intro. I hope you're proud of yourself. We're covering Ezio this week, guys. You can thank Don't You for not making that sound more epic.
Ezio Auditore di Firenze was born on June 24th, 1459 in Florence, Italy, as the second son of Giovanni and Maria Auditore.
As a child who was born in nobility, Ezio had a pretty easy and carefree lifestyle.
He had money, somehow knew parkour, and was hella smooth with the ladies. But like all good gaming plots, some crazy shit happens that ruins everything. At the age of 17, the Auditore family was falsely accused of treason, so Ezio's father and his two brothers were arrested.
Distressed, Ezio went to go visit his father in jail.
Ezio was like, "Dad, what did you do?" Giovanni was like, "Bruh, I didn't do shit. Florence is just wildin' right now." Ezio was like, "You need me to f somebody up, Dad?" Then Giovanni was like, nah, f that. I need you to do me a solid though.
So Giovanni sends his son to his quarters to uncover a chest. Inside the chest was the standard gear for an assassin of the Order, but the signature hidden blade was broken.
Along with that, there was a letter that needed to be given to Uberto, a friend of Giovanni's.
The letter was supposed to clear the family name, so Ezio went to Uberto's place and handed him the letter.
The next day, Ezio comes to find out that his father and two brothers are getting executed. And the man preaching all types of bullshit during the execution was none other than Uberto, the guy we thought was a family friend. Bruh, what the shit? All Assassin's Creed has taught me so far is that you can't trust anybody these days.
So in complete horror, Ezio witnesses the execution of his father and brothers.
Then Uberto's bitch ass spots Ezio in the crowd and orders the soldiers of Florence to capture him.
Luckily, Ezio manages to escape and heads to the place where his mother and sister Claudia were hiding because of this whole mess. Paola, the owner of the place and secretly an assassin herself, instructs Ezio to find Leonardo da Vinci and have him fix the blade. Then he, his mother, and his sister need to get the hell out of Florence.
Ezio is like, yeah, I'll fix the blade, but I'ma kill that snake Uberto first. So Ezio gets the blade fixed by my boy Da Vinci.
Which, by the way, is super dope. Like, you have no idea how hype I was years ago when I first played this game, and they had my boy Leo as not only my best friend, but my partner in crime. Like, bruh, Assassin's Creed 2 was such a good game because of reasons like this.
Yeah. Too bad the franchise kind of just died after Ezio's story.
Yeah. Oh well. Back to the video.
After Ezio gets his blade fixed, he makes good on his promise to get revenge for his family and murders Uberto. Rest in pieces, bitch.
Then Ezio leaves Florence with the rest of his family. After some time, they find themselves at the villa belonging to Ezio's uncle Mario.
It's a me, Mario.
Real funny, Ubisoft.
Mario revealed the existence of assassins to Ezio. He told him about Giovanni's life as an assassin and taught him the basic fighting skills he would need to actually become one.
But Ezio peeped and was like, "Sorry, Unc, I'm just trying to take my family to Spain. You can keep your assassin bullshit over there." Then Mario's like, "Oh, so you don't want to find the people that are actually responsible for killing your father. Fine, be that way."
But after some more convincing, Ezio eventually decided to accept Mario's offer, and the two teamed up to find the people responsible for the murder of Giovanni.
The people responsible being members of the Templar Order. So Ezio traveled around most of Italy assassinating multiple important figures of the Templar Order. Along the way, he got to fly, use a friggin' wrist gun, collect multiple codex pages left back by Altair, which led to a secret place called the Vault, we'll get to that later, and meet multiple allies that would shape him into the assassin we all know and love.
Eventually, he found out that the man pulling all the strings was the leader of the Italian Templar Order, Rodrigo Borgia.
Rodrigo Borgia's objective was to find the Apple of Eden, which just so happens to reside in Florence.
These pieces of Eden were historic artifacts that could grant the user godlike powers.
So it makes sense why Rodrigo, as a Templar, would want this Apple of Eden.
Ezio eventually confronts Rodrigo and retrieves the Apple of Eden in the process. But Rodrigo is a weenie that can't handle his own problems, so him and a bunch of guards jump Ezio.
Fortunately, the allies that Ezio met along his journey thus far show up and assist Ezio in battle.
But Rodrigo still manages to escape, cause he's a bitch.
At the end of this skirmish, Ezio's allies reveal that they are all assassins, and they were secretly training Ezio to become the dopest assassin known to man.
So with that being said, they officially induct Ezio into the Assassin Order. Now they can kill people together, as a family.
Years go by, and Ezio and the squad end up deciphering all the codex pages in order to find the location of the vault.
So allow me to explain.
The codex pages were a collection of journal entries written by Altair. In them, he described what he learned from his Apple of Eden, one of those things being the location of the vault, a very important place that both the Templars and the Assassins are racing to get to.
So Ezio and the gang find out that the vault is in Rome, and they need both the Apple of Eden and the Papal Staff, another piece of Eden, to unlock it.
But guess who's in Rome? Rodrigo! And he's also the Pope! And he also has a Papal Staff! Looks like somebody's gonna have to die.
So Ezio makes his way to Rome and confronts Rodrigo.
But Rodrigo gets the upper hand, stabs Ezio, then nabs the Apple of Eden.
So now Rodrigo is able to use the two pieces of Eden to go to the vault and unlock it. But it doesn't work.
Because only the Chosen One can open the vault.
You are the chosen one!
Then Ezio returns and confronts Rodrigo for the last time.
Ezio is like, my G, since you wanna be a pussy, see me with the hands, bitch. Then my boy beats the clean shit out of him.
I mean, that's kinda messed up though. Isn't Rodrigo like twice Ezio's age?
Yeah, but fuck that dude. He's a Templar.
You right.
Ezio decides to spare Rodrigo's life because he knows that killing this man will not bring his father and brothers back.
He then uses the Papal Staff and the Apple of Eden to unlock the vault. Inside, a holographic figure who names herself Minerva appears with a message that is, oddly enough, not meant for Ezio. In her message, she confirms that Ezio is indeed the Chosen One.
Well, she actually says prophet, but Chosen One sounds more, ooh.
She explains that she is part of a very ancient race that predates humanity.
These guys created the human race with full intentions of enslaving it, but the humans were like, welp, can't have that. They started revolting against these godlike beings. Then the universe saw this and was like, welp, I really can't have that. Then a random supernova destroyed the majority of both races. The universe wasn't having any of that nonsense.
Then Minerva concludes by stating that another cataclysmic event like this is going to happen in the future, and the human race needs to prepare itself. But before she leaves, she mentions Desmond.
So basically, Ezio beat the bad guy, started feeling whole again, and then Minerva came out of nowhere and shut Ezio's whole shit down by being like,
aw, that's so cute. You beat up the Pope. But what you gonna do about the supernova though? And now Ezio's like, the hell is a Desmond?
With many questions going through his mind, he returns to Mario's place to reunite with his family and friends. He tells his loved ones about what happened, and for the first time in a long time, it seems like everything is going to work out for him.
Until Cesare Borgia, the son of Rodrigo, brings his army and attacks Mario's villa. My man's out here trying to be Bowser.
A battle ensues between Team Ezio and Cesare's army. Unfortunately, the battle ends with the Apple of Eden taken, Uncle Mario murdered, and Ezio shot.
Bow! Just like your father. See me in Rome, bitch.
Ezio eventually regains consciousness and makes his way to Rome.
First my dad, now my uncle. Someone's got to die. In Rome, he meets up with Niccolò Machiavelli, a fellow assassin and ally from Assassin's Creed 2.
The two devise a plan, and over the next few years they work together with other assassins to free Rome from the hands of the Borgias.
You take my uncle, I take your whole city, bitch.
No, but seriously though, Ezio did not just do what he did to Rodrigo this time, like you know how he killed all of Rodrigo's allies and shit? Nah. He started recruiting people from Rome and training them as assassins, bruh. He was taking Cesare's people and using them against him.
That's some gangster shit!
And because of his incredible efforts, he was promoted to a mentor of the Assassin Order.
Just like his ancestor Altair. And to add on to the good news, you guys remember how Rodrigo was spared by Ezio? Well, it turns out that Cesare, Rodrigo's own son, ended up killing him anyways. And obviously, Ezio took this as his chance to get his apple back. But damn, Cesare, that's your daddy, bro!
With Rodrigo dead, Rome needed a new pope.
So eventually, Pope Julius II came to be the new Pope of Rome and managed to successfully arrest Cesare. With Ezio as his counsel, the Pope did what he could to get Rome back on his feet. But of course, some wild shit happens.
Ezio and the Italian Assassin Brotherhood find out that Cesare escaped prison and traveled to Spain to raise an army.
Ezio's like, welp, can't have that. Then he and his team travel to Spain and ultimately defeat Cesare, another Borgia dead.
Some time goes by, and through a letter from his father, Ezio finds out about a secret library filled with knowledge left back by Altair and Masyaf.
So Ezio makes his way to Masyaf, but when he arrives, he's attacked by soldiers guarding the fortress. So he does a usual assassin thing: kill, finesse, then escape.
After his escape, he finds out that to unlock the secret library, he must obtain 5 keys that are hidden throughout Constantinople.
So he goes to find the keys. On his search, he does what he normally does and assassinate the hell out of some Templars, decides to settle down with a woman named Sophia, and encourages others to think freely and assassinate people for a living. After receiving the 5 keys, he unlocks the library to find a dead Altair and his Apple of Eden.
When Ezio touches the apple, he is put in contact with Desmond. That's when Ezio realizes what his job actually was.
Ezio realizes that he is a messenger. That whole monologue that Minerva gave him in Assassin's Creed 2, that wasn't for him, that was for Desmond. So with that, he retires as an assassin and tells Desmond what he needs to tell him.
And I don't really know what he tells him because the screen just kind of goes bright. So yeah.
More time goes by, and now Ezio is an old man living with his family in Italy.
All is well until Shao Jun, an assassin from China, appears.
Why is it that every time my boy Ezio gets some peace, some other next shit happens? Let my boy get some sleep.
Shao Jun explains her past and tells Ezio that she came to Italy in search of him, so he can teach her how to unite her fellow assassins in China against the Templars. Ezio originally refused to take on this burden, but after she proves that she's already well aware of Ezio's teachings, he eventually decides to take her under his wing.
He taught her for some time, and then sent her back to China so she can use her newfound knowledge against the Templars. Handle your shit, and leave me the f*** alone.
After she leaves, more time goes by, and this time is spent chilling and in the company of his family.
But one day, all the fighting, assassinations, and jumping off of tall ledges finally gets to him. He takes one look at his family, smiles, then dies from a heart attack.
I mean, it could have been worse. He could have been murdered by some random dude seeking revenge.
Yeah, at least he died a peaceful death.
Way better than that bitch Cesare.
Thank you so much for watching another episode of Honest Gaming History, guys. Now, the Jack and Daxter video did in terms of likes, but let's see if we can get to 800 plus likes this time in 24 hours. I want to see if we can do it. If we can do it, I promise you I'm going to start working on the next episode of Honest Gaming History immediately. If you enjoyed the video, please do not forget to like it, share it with all your friends, and subscribe if you have not already. Leave a comment in the comment section to let me know who else you want me to cover on Honest Gaming History. As usual, follow me on my social media to find out all things going on with my life. And the channel has a Discord now, so you can actually go to the Discord in the description below and talk to me and a whole bunch of other members of the Donchi family. It's f***ing dope in there. Shout out to Space, Kevin Jackson, and all my other dope patrons that make videos like this possible with their very kind donations. If you are not already a patron but would like to become one, go to my Patreon page in the description below and find out how you can support the channel for as small as $1 a month, fam. And if you can't do it, that's fine. I only give you guys an option to donate. If you can't, that's cool too. Just show some support by liking, sharing, commenting, and all that jazz. So with all that being said, Once again, thank you for watching. Be easy, stay lit, and take care.